You call that a prom dress? Looks like you stitched it in detention. The gym lights sparkled above them like stars trying too hard. Alana Ray stood frozen near the entrance, medium brown skin glowing under the fairy lights, her thrifted violet dress clinging just right, handmade with love. But Kylie's voice cut through the music like a blade. Students nearby turned, giggled. Someone whispered, "Did she really wear sneakers to prom?" Kylie stepped closer. "This isn't the school orchestra, Alana. You don't play here." Alana clenched her hand around the soft violin case hanging at her side. She had promised herself she wouldn't open it tonight. But her breath slowed. Her mother's stitches were still visible at the hem, and her mother had died with music in her hands. Alana raised her eyes, voice calm. "Careful, Kylie. You're standing in the echo of something bigger than you." The crowd went quiet, just for a second, and no one noticed who slipped in behind them with a camera already rolling. But what silenced that gym hadn't even started yet. Ruby nudged closer. "You okay?" Alana didn't answer. Her hand trembled slightly on the violin case. It wasn't fear, it was memory. That hallway, her mom's voice humming through thin apartment walls, a melody that made hunger less loud. But tonight, someone had tried to humiliate that memory. "She's just mad the spotlight moved," Ruby whispered, trying to pull Alana back into laughter. But laughter felt foreign now. Kylie strutted away, flipping her platinum curls. "Play your little street fiddle later," she tossed back. That word, street, landed like a slap. Coach Haynes, standing near the refreshment table, watched. He'd taught Kylie tennis, but tonight he didn't smile. Alana reached into her case. Her fingers brushed the broken ribbon, snapped earlier that week. She hadn't told anyone. She wasn't even supposed to perform tonight. But her voice, though silent, had decided something else. And sometimes the stage finds you, even when no one invites you on it. The DJ's mic suddenly cut out. A hush fell over the gym. Lights dimmed, then flickered. Someone groaned, "Seriously? Power problems again?" But to Alana, it felt like something else. She stepped toward the center of the floor. Ruby grabbed her wrist. "Alana, what are you doing?" Alana didn't stop. Her curls framed her face like defiance itself. From the shadows, Marcus, the quiet AV tech kid, adjusted something behind the booth. His voice crackled in her earpiece, one she'd forgotten she wore. "If you're gonna play, I've got your back." Twist, ally, unexpected. Kylie narrowed her eyes from across the room. "Oh, so now she wants attention," she spat. But no one laughed with her. Alana pulled out her violin. A faded sticker near the bridge read, "Joy is a rebellion." She tightened the chin rest. The gym was dead silent. And then, one single note, low, raw, beautiful. What happens when you speak without a single word? The first chord rose like a breath that had been held for years. It wasn't a prom song. It wasn't trendy. It was aching, trembling, honest. And every head in the room turned. Coach Haynes lowered his cup. Mrs. Keller, the music teacher in the back, wiped her eyes before she even knew why. Kylie whispered to her friend, "It's not even that good." But her voice cracked, and her friend didn't respond. Alana's bow danced with memory. Every note was stitched with her mother's laughter.
every silence a space where pain used to live. Suddenly, snap! One string broke. Her hand flinched. Gasps! The music choked. Alana stood frozen, but Marcus's voice whispered again in her earpiece. Loop it, now. I'm feeding in the backup audio. Twist. Sabotage overcome. Alana nodded once, lifted the bow again. The speakers caught her rhythm. Her solo continued, flawed, fractured, but louder than before. Even broken strings can sing if you dare to keep playing. When the final note faded, no one clapped. Not because it wasn't worthy, but because they were stunned into stillness. Even Kylie, arms crossed, jaw tight, looked small. Alana didn't bow. She stepped off the stage and walked straight towards the gym door. The violin dangled at her side, like a truth she no longer needed to explain. Mrs. Keller hurried over. "Alana," she whispered, eyes glassy. "That piece, it was your mom's, wasn't it?" Alana nodded. "She never played it in public, but she told me if the world ever tried to shame me for how I looked, I should let them hear who raised me." Kylie muttered, "It was just a dress. She didn't have to make a whole concert out of it." And for once, the crowd turned on her. Coach Haynes didn't raise his voice. He simply said, "Kylie, you're excused." The gym watched her walk out. And just like that, the real silence began. Alana Ray didn't fight with fists or insults. She fought with presence. In a world that tried to reduce her to fabric and stereotypes, she reminded them that dignity isn't something you wear, it's something you become. Her silence, her song, and her choice to rise above planted a seed in every quiet student watching. If this story moved you, don't stay silent. Subscribe for more powerful stories like this. Leave a comment about the moment you found your voice and shared this to inspire someone else today.